We've just finished the first phase of spraying in Emma. Yeah, it's intense. This definitely is our disclaimer that I'm gonna give. The way Tim sprays is not necessarily how you should spray, but it's how we do it. He coats everything, and obviously, like he said before, we aren't living in Emma right now, and he would spray very differently if we were living in there. But he knows that we're gonna give Emma some time to rest before we actually move in. So the goal is to get rid of as many bugs, all the bugs, eradicate the bugs before we're happily moved into Emma and enjoying being in there. So.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
It's I.A.G Farms, all about God. Today is the day y'all been waiting for. We're gonna do a complete pest service on Emma, our big long mobile home. For those of you all who don't know, we spent $30,000, really $28,000. I think $500 was what we spent initially on our mobile home, and that included the delivery of the home itself, the dirt pad, and a couple other perks. But we ended up getting a couple $1,000s back in rebate because the dirt pad wasn't right. And they also gave us $2,500 back for the dirt pad, and they also gave us $1,200 worth of skirting for the mobile home as well. So that just kind of catches you up on, you know, where we are and what this is behind me and what we're gonna be spraying today. So this is our big long mobile home. You know, we moved from the city. We had a house in the city and a ministry in the city, and we sold everything. The Lord told us to sell everything in the city and give away everything in the city and move down here to the country, you know, on our farmland to establish a home here, you know, and that's what we're doing. That's why we call this mobile home, this big long mobile home, Emma, establishing more and more abundantly, E-M-M-A. And today we're gonna be doing our second pest service, second round of spraying, and just the full complete pest service that, you know, we've learned to do from, you know, the things that we had to do while we were in the city. Because at our city ministry base, there were a lot of houses around, a lot of like dilapidated properties and things like that. And so we learned some things because we used to have TERMINIX come through and do our pest service. And we learned just from watching them and asking questions and things like that, that, you know, it was things that we could do ourselves. And so today I want to show you all and share what we've learned, so that if you have any type of bug problems, or you buy a used mobile home or anything like that, a used house, or, you know, you may live in an area that's bunched up around a bunch of other houses, and, you know, you have neighbors that might not be as clean as they need to be. And so I want to just share with you all the things that we've learned, and we just take you today through the whole pest service. This is literally what TERMINIX would do. This is the same exact stuff that they would use when they come through, you know, and I think they charge like $150 a month or something like that, like for the full service, and you have to pay like a deposit and all those type of things. So today I'm gonna try to save you a little bit of money, and we're gonna share with you, you know, the things that we've learned from going through the things that we went through in the past. So I'm gonna get set up and we're gonna head inside, and I just talk to you a little bit more inside about what we're gonna do first, because there are gonna be about 2 or 3 steps that we're gonna have to do today, and I'm gonna just take you through each step, and we'll just see what we can do. So y'all just follow me along for this journey today. All right, y'all, so let's get started. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our spray. And in this spray bottle, this is like a 2-gallon sprayer, but as you see, I only have 1 gallon of solution mixed up in there. And what I have in there is permethrin 13 and Genthol. And this Genthol, this is the main thing right here. This is the stuff that most people don't know about here. This Genthol is a growth regulator, and it stops the insects from being able to breed and grow, and it stops that growth pattern. So it stops the cycle. A lot of times when you get those little house roaches and house bugs, but the reason that you can't get rid of them is because they reproduce so fastly, and this Genthol is what kills them. You know, what it doesn't kill them, it stops them from being able to reproduce. It kills the eggs. That's the key. because if they have little eggs around, and the regular roach spray doesn't kill the eggs, and so the larva is what it's called, ends up hatching out, and then you have the same problem over again. And so this Genthral, it doesn't kill the bugs, but it regulates or stops them from being able to reproduce. It kills the eggs, it keeps the eggs from being able to hatch, and then it deforms any like adult bugs to where they can't breed and mate and reproduce and all those type of things. So we have this in there, and this little bottle, this is 1 fluid ounce, and you mix 1 fluid ounce to 1 gallon. And then this doesn't kill them, and so you can mix this with just any type of solution that would kill the bugs, but we choose to use permethrin 10. This time I actually have permethrin 13, and you can get this at any like feed store, livestock store, co-op. They have permethrin 10 and 13. They're pretty much the same thing. But this here, I put, the ingredients call for 5 fluid ounces per gallon, but I put about 7 to 10. Like if we were living in here, I wouldn't do that much. I would do more like 3 to 4, just to maintain. But since there was an infestation before, and we're not planning on moving into this mobile home, moving into Emma for the next 5 months, 3, 4, 5 months, something like that, I can go ahead and put the heavy stuff on it. So I got about 7 fluid ounces in here to the gallon of this permethrin 13. And I have 1 fluid ounce of the Genthral in this container here, And so I have a full gallon, and that gallon is gonna be used around the whole mobile home. Like I said, I'm gonna hit the hot spots like the bathrooms and the kitchen and things like that. But because we've already did one big treatment, the bugs are all dead. We're just doing this to like make sure that they're all dead, because every now and then one creeps out and they might be hiding away somewhere, and we want to make sure that once we start doing inside work on this mobile home, because we're going to completely redo the inside, renovate. We're not going to gut it or anything like that, because the walls are good, the floors are solid and all those things. We're just going to put down like tile, hardwood floors, paint, and all those good things like that, scrape out the popcorn ceilings. But within the time that all of this stuff is going to take to activate and work, that'll be around the same time we get started working on those things. So in about a month, we shouldn't have any problems with bugs after this second treatment, and everything after that, it just be spot treatment. And yeah, so that's the spray. All right. So now, this is very important as well. This is called Delta Dust. And what you do with this is, if there's any crack or crevice around the doors, anywhere like that, around the windows, anywhere that there's a crack or crevice, you get this, and it's a dust, and you just squirt it into those places, like electrical, around your electrical plugs. If there's a crack there where a bug can hide out, you squirt this in there, and this will make sure that they die, and it's to keep them away as well, keep them from coming through your door jams and things like that. Like I said, any little crack, it works good for like old houses that have cracks and leaky windows and things like that, because if the air can get through the window, the bugs can get through the window. So we really needed this back on our old ministry base, because we had an old house, they had leaky windows and things, and the bugs could just come in from all over. And so the spray, would kind of work a little bit, but this right here, if they crawl across this, they're gonna die. So we got Delta Dust. We're gonna put that down. First we're gonna spray, and then we're gonna let that spray dry, and then we're gonna put the Delta Dust down, after the spray dries. And then after the Delta Dust, after we dust the whole mobile home, this here, it's a little pump thing, and it has a little thing where you actually pump it out. And this is actually Max Force Impact Roach Bait. And so you put this around like your cabinets, your window sills, just different places like that where you think the bugs might, be hibernating, or they might come in. You can put it on the outside, like for instance, here on these mobile homes, like this section right here, like there's nothing there. Like I'm gonna come in and caulk all of that, but I can take a little bit of this right here, get it up under there, and just squeeze it under each one of those, those little things there, because bugs can get in there and then get in your house. So yeah, that's what this would be used for, and I'll show y'all that whole process. And this is pretty important. This bag of stuff is pretty important as well. This is your outside granules. You're gonna take this and just broadcast spread it. You can put it in a seed spreader. I guess you can do it with your hands if you have on gloves. But you're just gonna spread this around your whole yard, the whole area around your house, your mobile home, or whatever structure that you're treating. Just treat around the whole thing. You can even throw some under the bottom, And this will keep away fleas, ticks, roaches, like nothing that's gonna cross that perimeter. And it's rain resistant, so the rain actually helps it to. It's kind of like fertilizer, fertilizer to keep the bugs away. But that's enough talking, y'all. Let's get to spraying. Let's get this first phase done. And so with the first phase, make sure you have gloves and some type of mask, and you'll be good. So let's get it going.
Just finished the first phase of spraying in Emma. Yeah, it's intense. This definitely is our disclaimer that I'm going to give. The way Tim sprays is not necessarily how you should spray, but it's how we do it. He coats everything, and obviously, like he said before, we aren't living in Emma right now, and he would spray very differently if we were living in there. But he knows that we're going to give Emma some time to rest before we actually move in. So the goal is to get rid of as many bugs, all the bugs, eradicate the bugs before we're happily moved into Emma and enjoying being in there. So get rid of this mask. Yeah, so we've got the first phase done, and we're gonna let that dry a little bit, and then we'll be on to the next couple of phases.
I wanted to say this because usually, like if we were living in the house, we wouldn't spray every surface like that. We'd just spray around the baseboards, like Megan was saying. So if you're doing it, just spot spray around the baseboards, and then maybe a little bit around the windows, and then around the base to perimeter of your house. So
don't coat every
don't
surface.
Don't coat your countertops because it's gonna be a long time before we ever use that kitchen and everything. So it's gonna have a long time to rest, and we're gonna clean everything down with bleach and cleaning solution and everything. So
and we're not professionals, you know. So this is just showing you can do your own pest control. Don't necessarily do it like we do it. Do it in a way that makes you comfortable. Do your research. Do what you feel led to do.
As we always say, we're not a how-to channel, but we're you can channel. You can do it. We're showing you that a bunch of fools like us can't do it, so that means you can too.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Not how to.
Not how to.
You can.
Don't do it like us.
Don't do it like us.
No.
Because we, like I say, understand the context. We're not living
exactly.
Here. Don't do it like that if you're living there.
Exactly.
Just spot spray, like TERMINIX would do. Y'all know how TERMINIX does. They just spot spray and they spray the outside perimeter.
Right.
Yeah. So yep.
We just had to give it. We just had to give that disclaimer. Yeah, and we're not sponsored or anything. We're just literally showing you how we do this. This is how we do it for real. We bought all that stuff, And that's how we do it. We're gonna do some outside things while we wait for everything to dry on the inside of Emma. So Tim's got these granules that you just basically kind of broadcast spray. They have like a little spreader, the professionals do, that they spread it with. We're just gonna grab it with a glove, and he's just gonna kind of spray it out. And you just kind of create a barrier, and that helps the bugs won't cross it. And then you've got, you know, basically it works kind of like fertilizer, Tim says. So basically, you know, even if it rains on it, it's weatherproof.
Yeah, the rain actually helps it.
And the rain helps it. And then,
yeah,
you know,
the rain actually releases the, you know, stuff.
So we're just going to continue on to broadcast this around the entire perimeter of the mobile home.
Let's sing all them songs from a long time ago and pine for them old days of yore. Well, let me run through the breeze like the leaves on the trees. Let me fly like the leaves when they fall. Well, let my mind go serene like a cool water stream that runs from the mountain so tall. Oh, take me back down the old dirt road.
All right, so that's the end of that. We got the granule insecticide spread around the whole perimeter of the mobile home, and once it rains, it'll release the insecticide into the soil around the area. I believe that's how it works. And yeah, so we have a perimeter around the whole mobile home to where bugs can't get in, and we have sprayed it. We sprayed in the inside to where, you know, any bugs that crawl across that spray are going to be neutralized as far as being sterile, where they can't breed. Any eggs that are around won't be able to hatch, and it'll stop that cycle, you know, bugs hatching and having babies and all type of things like that. So any bugs that are in there that don't die, because we also have the permethrin that kills on contact. Any bugs that don't crawl across the permethrin and die, they'll be made sterile by the genthrol. So outside is treated, inside is treated. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this Delta dust, and once the inside dries, we'll, you know, Delta dust in any crack, any opening that we see. And I'm gonna go ahead on the outside and do that around all of these openings that I see, and just squirt a little dust in all the openings. Because I think this is really a weak point on the mobile homes that I don't really like. Because like I say, right inside of there, the bugs can just crawl right in and go in the walls. And so I might end up using this whole thing. But like I said, I'm really over treating this whole mobile home to get it to the point, you know, where there are no bugs. Like a spot like that is real loose, I'm an extra treat right there. I want to see if it's gonna die.
You just spray the bug. Listen, I need to put my mask back on. As much as you're puffing in the air. And I think I paid about the same amount for this as like a quarterly or bi-monthly service at Terminix. So if you want to use all that, definitely go ahead, because you know the price difference is significant. You know, so when you do it yourself, you know, this is only 2 months worth of what we would pay Terminix. So if we spend, you know, the price of just 2 Terminix services for a whole year, you know, we've still saved a lot.
Because I'm going through doing this, you can just see little bugs, like little ants and stuff like that, just on this little lip, and they can all just go right in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this, you know, kind of settle in, killing the bugs that might have been going in and out of there, and I'm gonna caulk that whole thing there. I don't know why they had that open.
I guess it's little things like that with a mobile home and even like campers. Yeah. You kind of gotta like customize and caulk. No, you gotta caulk yourself. No, you gotta, you know, fill in those spots and gaps. Where in the house, you know, you would expect those things already to be like caulked and sealed.
Like I said, on everything you're gonna see me do, I'm overdoing it. Like with this dust, if you were doing it in your house or your home or your mobile home, if you live there, you would just kind of do it around the window sills, you know, inside, outside, around your door jambs, maybe around like in a corner here or there. Like if you have a crack or something like that on your baseboard or something like that, just squirt it in there. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and go in, and it should be dry enough in the inside. It might be a little bit wet. We're gonna delta dust, and it needs to be completely dry before we put down our bait, because you don't want the bait to get wet with the, you know, roach spray. And the bait will primarily go inside the cabinets, on windowsills and things like that. So you might not get to see us apply the bait in this video, but I'll kind of talk you through where the bait would go, you know, if you were gonna apply it in your house. And so we're gonna go in and delta dust, and then we're gonna end today's video.
I guess you're gonna have a time cleaning all that up.
Yeah, we know who the cleaner is.
No.
So I don't have to worry about it.
He wouldn't be putting that stuff there if he wasn't cleaning it up. That's why I said something. Guess you're gonna have a time cleaning all that up.
I'm gonna sit back and eat a piece of pizza or something.
No. So just think about it. You're helping.
All right, y'all. I think that's enough delta dust for Megan to clean up for 1 week.
Me, for Megan and Tim. For Megan and Tim to clean up.
Do y'all see Megan spraying or applying delta dust? Nope.
No, only because she's doing what? Holding the camera.
Y'all vote. Y'all let me know. Let me know if you think that I should have to clean up some of the delta dust as well.
The commenters have already told you.
I already know what the women gonna say.
Y'all gonna wash dishes, not just Megan. They told you.
The commenters told me to buy you a dishwasher, which I am gonna do. Alright, y'all, so we're on to the bait, and we're not gonna apply the bait right now because everything is not dry fully. But what you would do is, there's a little thing, you put it in there, take this little part off, and then the bait just, you know, you squeeze it out, And what you do is you get up under these little hidden spots where bugs would like to hide it, and you just squeeze a little bit out. And like I say, up under here, under all the counters, inside of the cabinets, you know, just put a little bit, you know, because like I say, if you're living in your house, you don't want it to be everywhere where you can see it. Just put a little bit here and there.
Literally like a dot.
Just a dab, yeah, where you can barely see it. Because sometimes it comes in white, and sometimes it comes in brown. I don't know what kind this is yet. But yeah, that's all to that. Like I say, you just put a little bait in hot spots, maybe like up under your, inside of your bathroom cabinets and things like that. But that's it. That's the full I.A.G pest service that's the full, what are we calling this? That's the full, come on, you been talking.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. I thought you were trying to get it. The full I.A.G pest service.
Alright, y'all, let's go outside and end the video. Alright, y'all, it's gonna be it. That's the full I.A.G pest service, service of your pest.
Pest control service.
But that's pretty much what TERMINIX would do, but just not that extensive.
Not that extreme.
Yeah, like I said, we don't do it like us. This is not a how-to channel, but a you can channel, as we said. So we're gonna end today's video there, and I'll make sure when I'm editing the video that I put in, you know, a list of all the things that we used and where you can order those things from as well. But like I said, don't put that much down if you're you know, servicing your house while you're living in it. You just want to do it just a little bit around the baseboards with the spray, with the Delta dust just in the cracks and the crevices, and then with the bait that I showed you at the end, just, you know, in spots that you can't see where bugs would like to hide out at. But that's gonna be it for today's video, y'all. Hope this helped y'all, and hope y'all enjoyed, you know, coming along for this journey. It's I.A.G Farm. What were you saying?
It's all about God.
I don't know what he was saying, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete.